Hey guys, this is AD Wheeler from AD Wheeler Photography, and I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to use my new cloud brush pack that I just released for Photoshop CS6 and Creative Cloud. First of all, you're going to want to unzip the zip file onto a folder, and you're going to need to load in the brushes into the palette on the brushes palette here. So if you just open that up and click the little gear here on the right, come down to load brushes and select the cloud pack, and you'll see 35 brushes load up here. These are all 16-bit high resolution brushes, so you can make some decent skies. And there's also one extra brush here that loads in at 281, and that's a development brush, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's show you quickly how to replace a sky or build your own sky here in a photo. Okay, so here I have this kind of plain photo. It's a neat location out in Utah, and it was great and everything. This was just outside of Bryce National Park, but there was a perfectly blue sky today, so it kind of left me wanting a little more in my shot. So I'm going to show you how to use these brushes to make a quick sky to kind of make this shot a little bit better. So the first thing that I usually do is I'm going to use the quick selection tool up here. You can hit that, hit W to get to there, and I'm just going to make a quick selection of the sky here. Just drag across here, and you can see it selected the entire sky. Then I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to turn that layer into a quick mask. Okay, so what we did basically is just made a layer here, and then we made this part of the layer so that it would show through, so we can now paint our brushes. So select the layer now. You're over on the mask, select the layer, and we're going to paint in some clouds. Select the paintbrush and come on up and find a suitable set of clouds. So you can use any of these. Actually, got some different things going on. Did a little thing with this is like a horizon set of clouds here. So you get this big massive cloud, and you can actually set this down slightly below the horizon. And there you go. You got a whole line of clouds going on in there. You know, that's a great way to start. Easy to work with. In this case, I'm just going to build. I'm going to Control Z, undo that, and I'm going to build some cloud layers here just to show you how that works. So let's see here. Let's try this guy. Oh, that's a big set of clouds, boy. Let me tell you. All right, we're going to plop that right in the middle. I mean, there you go. I mean, pretty much it's that simple. You know, you can take some of the smaller clouds and layer them in. So we can layer in another cloud here, and a little bit maybe even for over on that side. It's really simple, and basically all I'm doing is doing this simple cloud layer. And if you do want, you know, the clouds to look like they're down below the horizon, the reason why I did this mask, as you can see, I can lay some in just like that, and it makes them look like they're rising from behind here. So that's a neat effect and easy to do. So that's pretty much all there is to layering in clouds. It's pretty simple. You can flip these clouds. You can do anything you want with them. Have fun with them. And I hope they help spice up your clear blue, boring skies a little bit and help your creativity a little bit. All right, so I told you about the development brush, and I'm going to show you how to use that. So if you want to make your own cloud brushes, it's really simple. You start with an image, and you know you usually want to use an image of your own. So this is one of my images here, and I want to cut this cloud out and make a brush out of it. So the way that I do that first is I'm going to start by cropping this down to the size that I want to go. So I'm going to be about right there. It's going to be a pretty big cloud. So there we go. We got pretty much all of that. All right. So now that we've got that cropped down, the next thing that I want to do is I kind of want to up the contrast a little bit here so that the blue is darker. Okay, so that's going to bring the darks down, the blue down a little bit. And we don't want to make sure we don't push this too hard so that we blow anything out. So that looks pretty good there. All the blue is pretty much solid, and we're good to go with the cloud. Still has nice shading to it. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to take this photo and turn it into a black and white. So once we hit the black and white icon there, and it turns into a nice grayscale here. This is still all masked in, so we really haven't done anything to the original file yet, which is kind of cool. But if you take the blue slider and you pull it back, you can see that everything that was blue now turns black. And you don't want to drag this too far. Sometimes you could drag it down too far and it'll start to encroach on the brush, but this one's pretty good. So you can pull everything down here and make it pretty well black all the way around. So that's good. That's a good start. So now to do touch-up. This is where the development brush comes in. We're going to add another layer on top of this. And we're going to select our foreground color to be black. And we're going to go up here to our paintbrush. And we're going to select that development brush. It's right here. This one, it's right at the beginning of all of the cloud brushes. Alright, so what this brush is, kind of looks like a little rabbit. This brush actually rotates and spins as you paint with it. So what it does is it makes almost an organic cloud-like texture as you go. So as you paint around your brush to fill this all in, you get this nice organic edge that keeps everything looking nice like a cloud. So if you watch this area right here, you'll see as I drag across this, it'll keep a nice soft edge on it. Watch this. See, we'll keep it a nice soft edge so that we don't disturb what the edges of the cloud looks like. We'll really keep it organic and looking nice for our cloud. So you can use this actually to edit. So I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here, but you can also edit into a cloud, and it does a pretty good job of making a nice soft edge if you have to edit. Like if you got a cloud that goes off the edge of the screen and you really want to use it, you can use this to kind of knife in the edges a little bit. And that's the beauty of having this brush that spins and rotates and does all sorts of cool things. I'm just going to undo those because I don't want that. There we go. So the next step is to flatten this layer now that we've got it all the way that we want to and all the edges are covered in black. We're gonna flatten this layer, or flatten this image to make it flat, and then we want to come up and hit the adjustments and invert it. So now we have a black cloud on white, but this is what we need to get our brush to show up. Now you can crop it in a little bit tighter here if you want to. I usually don't because I usually like to use all of this extra space, and in case something is real light there that I can't see, it stops it from having a sharp edge when you stamp this as a brush. And usually what I'll do too is I'll also do another curves adjustment now that I'm to this point, and I kind of darken up my cloud just a little bit. That's going to just make it a lot more bold when I stamp it. I don't want to go too far. You don't want to go into here with that. You really want to keep all that detail. That's what's going to make it believable when you stamp the brush. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to flatten one more time. And the final step here to make this into a brush is to come up here to Image, up to Edit, and then down to Define Brush Preset. Now if your brush is larger than 5,000 pixels, this will be grayed out, so you'll have to resize the image before you do that. This is under that size, so it's ready to go. We're going to define the brush preset, and we'll just call it AD Cloud 036. We'll start the next pack. How's that? All right, so there's your cloud, and you can see it appears as a brush there. So if we go back to our original image, this guy right here, and I'm going to switch over to white here, you'll be able to see that, let me see here. Let's kill off some of this, what we got. There we go. Whoops. Kill that off. One too many. All right, and now you can see what this cloud will look like laid right in there. Watch this. There you go. So it looks pretty good. So yeah, that's how you create a brush, and the development brush is just made so it's nice and organic. You can see the edge that we edited. Both edges are nice and soft, and they fit in there nicely. And remember, with these brushes too, you can resize them, you can flip them, all sorts of things. So we can go ahead and resize this up to quite a large. So we can go all the way to 5,000 pixels if we want, and you can also flip it. So we can turn it over and invert it. All sorts of cool stuff. So there we go. Let's close that dialog, and now you can see I can lay this right in here, and now it holds its resolution and everything. So that's my cloud brush pack. I hope you guys like it and find it useful for creating some awesome photos. Thanks so much.